Josh has Achilles bursitis, something along those lines. But he says he feels good. There's not a lot of swelling or anything like that. So it's kind of day to day. And once he feels better, then we'll slowly start working him back into the groove of things. Julius was good today. He did everything except for the full court 5-on-5, and he got hit a couple times and said he felt good. So that was a good sign. Zoe was full go in practice. KCP is going to get an X-ray on his nose. He got elbowed yesterday and kind of woke up a little sore today, but he was full go in practice. I think Bogut was full go in practice, that he felt good. So I think that's everyone.
Is Bogut officially your backup center?
We don't have official positions like that. We're going to go by matchups. We're going to see how it goes. He hasn't played a lot in training camp so far, so obviously coming off his broken leg, we got to see how he's moving, see if there's still some rust there. Although today he was pretty damn impressive today in what he was doing. But no official position like that right now.
Was it mostly defense that was impressive?
I would say mainly defense, yeah, but he had some really nice offensive flashes. BI was getting fronted in the post, and he just made some natural basketball plays where he flashed and went high-low. He was talking people through things offensively. Had a flashback at Golden State where he was setting a wide pin down and slipped the screen because they were switching, did it on his own, slipped the screen and got a dunk. So he did some nice things offensively, but defensively he was all over the place. Had 5 or 6 blocks, a bunch of rebounds. He was kind of the captain out there as far as telling people where to go. So it was nice to have that.
As a team, do you like the strides this team is making on defense?
Yeah, I love it. Our guys have really committed and bought into becoming a better defensive team. It's still going to take time, obviously. But as long as they keep working the way they do and want to continue to get better the way they do, then we'll be a very solid defensive team. And I'm thrilled with the strides that they're making as a group.
Is there anything that sticks out to you right now that needs the most improvement in that regard?
No, it's funny. It just kind of switches from day to day because we'll make an emphasis of focusing on something that we didn't do well the day before, and then we'll do that really well. But as we do that really well, then we kind of slip in a different part of it. So it's kind of just continuing to get as many reps at maximum effort as we can. Game speed, effort, and then we'll keep correcting what we're struggling on, and eventually that'll get less and less. And the plan is then we'll be a good defensive, at least a solid defensive team.
What's the balance with defense between sort of effort and understanding, where you work really hard but you don't know what you're doing?
That's everything in basketball, really, though. But it's a big part of defense. The effort is great, but you also have to have the understanding of where to be. And I think that's what separates good defensive teams. Because if you give the effort, you can still be a good defensive team. But you can't become an elite defensive team unless you really understand what you're doing, because teams are so talented now, and everyone's playing this space, 5 shooters around the perimeter, that the traditional defense doesn't always work. So you have to have guys that can kind of understand what our concepts are, but then make adjustments on the fly depending on who we're playing against and who's in the game.
Is that innate, or is it just repetition?
It's both. It's both. Most veterans kind of have it figured out. They can do it. I think with veterans, it's harder to get the constant effort. With young guys, it's easier to get the effort, but it's harder to get the understanding. So I think it just comes with time and experience.
With Bogut being cleared for the 5-on-5 full contact, do you know if he's going to be available for a game on Thursday, or is that still?
He should be, yeah. Okay. As long as, obviously, I don't ever like commenting right after practice because, once you cool down, everything can change. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, you try to move and you get stuck. I know what that's like, and it happens a lot. So until tomorrow morning, and see how he feels when he wakes up, I don't really like to comment on it. But by the way he was played today, yes.
And if he is available, you do want to find minutes for him in the rotation?
Yeah, that would be nice too, especially against them with the bigs they have.
How did Joe look? You say yesterday's loss, or how he looked?
He knocked a lot of that rust off. Now there's still, he's still getting familiar again with some of the play calls and the timing of what we're trying to do things with. But it's, he made a lot of progress from yesterday to today.
Well, you guys were playing with an 18-second shot clock today. Is that to reinforce the pace you want to play at, and how are they doing with that?
They're doing a good job. It's to reinforce the pace we want to play. It's to reinforce the fact that we better go set, screens to get people open. We better cut hard because you gotta do everything a little bit quicker when you're playing with that shot clock. And what's been nice is since we've done it early on, it really was sloppy because 18 seconds was catching up to us, and our guys seem to be getting a better control of the pace with that shot clock.
With Phil not being here today, I feel like I need to ask the obligatory starting lineup question. Have you made any decisions on that yet?
We're still evaluating. Bogut had the suggestion that everyone tell you guys different lineups. So I don't know if anyone's given you lineups yet, but there's not a set starting lineup yet. Coaching staff's still evaluating.
If Julius isn't able to go on Thursday, would you put Larry in?
Possibly, yes.
Are you working under the assumption that based on today, you think he will or won't be available? Julius Hunter.
He looked really good in 5-on-5 half court, so I don't know why that wouldn't translate to full court, but until we see him do it full court, the fear is he feels great, but if he's playing and someone rips his arm as he's trying to go the other direction, that's where he could be in trouble to re-injure himself or make the injury worse. But we'll find that out for sure before Thursday. He's great. He's got a mean side to him, which I like. He's a great teammate. He likes to joke around. But he's very, very serious when it's time to play basketball and try to win, and we're competing in drills like that. It's a nice overall personality with the team that we have, because he loses his cool once in a while, but for the most part he's kind of a calming force, I think, for our young guys, and he's got the skill obviously to make that happen for us if another team's going on a run or we need a bucket. We saw it in the preseason a couple times where he hit back-to-back threes, or we could actually throw the ball into the post and get a pretty good shot, and getting the game back under control a little bit. So I think his personality and his game are great for the guys that we have, the young team that we have.
How do you see that the mean side?
Normally with referees involved. I've talked to him a couple of times, and to his credit, he's been great since we've had our conversations about staying under control with the refs. He's been very respectful and hasn't lost his temper again since then.
Is it helpful at all that he is a veteran guy coming here, but he's coming from another place that was also rebuilding?
I'm sure it helps because he's probably more patient with it. People that are as good as Brooke, they're probably get frustrated pretty quickly with losing and the patience it requires to rebuild with a young team. But he's been doing that for Brooklyn, so I'm sure his understanding of what's going on is helping him, which in return helps us. Yeah.